G'day, cunts. Welcome to episode number 3 of the Greencast, a podcast where I ramble to myself in my bedroom, and you listen to it for some reason. This week's probably going to be more on the shorter side, mostly because I don't have that much to talk about, because I was away this weekend, which is why this is probably about a day late. It actually isn't the weekend for me, which is when I usually like to upload this. But I was on holiday. So what's happened this past week? Well, if you hadn't already noticed, I uploaded, today, as of recording this when it went up, I did a bit of a meme on you guys. Did you catch that? Bit of a April Fool's? Bit of a meme? Hey? Yeah, I actually got the idea literally last night before I was about to, I was at the gym, actually. I was talking to my friend about April Fools, and then I realized, and then talking about all the other marketing campaigns that you see around, like, April Fools, and how no one really falls for that sort of shit, but still some people do, somehow. One of my favorites is the PC brand Razer does marketing campaigns every year on some really weird whatever the hell product. Also, there's someone mowing the lawn outside my window, and I have no idea if you can hear it. If you can, I'm sorry. I can't be fucked recording this at another time, because it's about the only time that I can yell to myself without causing too much attention to myself. Also saying, so I got the idea for it while I was at gym last night talking to my friend, and Razer does all their crazy marketing campaigns. I remember a while ago they did one on a drone that actually seemed pretty cool, and that seemed pretty plausible, but for some reason every year they just seem to up the ante of just how crazy they would get. Like this year they just straight up just made an energy drink called Razer Venom, where if you drink it, it just ups your performance, and then you just see the dude just with his eyes spinning around and his fingers moving at 1,000,000 miles an hour. It's just like, okay, you're fooling literally no one here. But they do have a thing where you can sign up for it and potentially maybe even get some, but, I mean, still, it's a bit too out there for most people. But yeah, if you hadn't already caught on to it, God, no, I am not fucking becoming a text-to-speech channel. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, I only just came up with that last night, as I said, because I don't know. I feel like I haven't really been able to have a platform to be able to bit of a prank a mass amount of people, I guess. And I was trying to think about what I could do, and then I realized, oh yeah, text to speech. That's a fucking meme that I will never fucking touch. So then naturally, I grabbed the green text that I've read like twice and then refused to upload because I'm like, it's kind of shit. Every pun included. And I just uploaded that shit. And then, yeah, some people actually genuinely believed that I was actually going to become a text-to-speech channel. Mostly because people... Because I put a thing in the description as well saying that people are criticizing me and my reading abilities too much. Which, honestly, half of it's on me, half of it's on them. Because I'll give you that. There's sometimes with longer green texts, like I recorded about 4 longer ones the other day. Editing them does get pretty tedious at some points. And I only really give one pass to them when I actually cut them. So sometimes a line does escape me, and the way I record is if I just mess up a sentence or a word, I'll just re-say it, and then while I'm cutting it, I'll just cut out where the fuck up, and then just cut back to the actual pronunciation of the sentence / word or whatever the fuck. But yeah, sometimes when you're editing really long ones, they get past me, and there's no way I'm listening back to that shit. There's so much time with listening back to them, because they're so fucking long, and I just don't have the time to listen back on the really longer ones like that. So yeah, sometimes they do escape me, but yeah, like I said, half of it's on me, half of it's on the fucking green text itself, because like I've said a million times, green texts are written by neets at 4 a.m. with no fucking grammar or spell check on 4chan. So they're all just horribly fucking written. And a lot of the times, like, sometimes I try and read it as written, which sometimes makes no fucking sense. And some people think that that's on me, but it's really not. Or even just grammatical just mistakes in it, and I'll just read it how it is. And it sounds weird, because it is. But, I don't know. I'm sort of a green text purist. It's the same reason why I don't censor anything. That's why I don't give a shit when someone says nigger or whatever the fuck. I don't care. It's not my... That mo was actually pretty loud. I don't know if you can actually hear it. Hopefully it won't go on for too long. But yeah, that was a bit of a April Fool's, bit of a meme that I really wanted to do and finally got out. But yeah, long story short, I'm not becoming a green text channel. There's about 10 others doing that. Plus, if I really was, there'd be literally no point, because there's about 3 or 4, well, probably about 10 actually, actual text-to-speech like green text or meme channels, and there's only so many like actual green texts, and you'd just be repeating and just hearing the same ones over and over. Whereas if I was actually reading it and putting my own like personality, I guess I could say, without sounding too wanky, I guess, putting my own personality into it and doing my own reading of, say, some of the classics like the Great Journey or One Day with Alex Jones or some of the other longer ones, like a lot of the time people comment like, oh, Creepswork did this, and I'm like, yeah, no shit. Or I know there's some people that actually do enjoy hearing my own take on some of the classic ones like that. But yeah, I don't know. I fucking hate the text-to-speech. Well, I don't hate it. There's some ones that are tolerable. There's some others that I don't care for. But yeah, I feel like you lose... I put my own personality into it, I want to say. Into reading it. I don't know. Does that sound weird? I don't know. Let me know if that kind of sounds weird. If that's... Why do you listen to me? That's the thing. If... Put down in the comments... or let me know, why me over other channels? Is it because that I actually read the green texts? Are you sick of the text-to-speech? Do you prefer me over Creepsworks? Because I know that's a running meme. Oh, I suppose I'll talk about the fucking response video that I did to Creepsworks too. So if you hadn't already realized, hang on, I'm gonna have a bit of a drink. If you haven't already realized, had a bit of a fucking stroke though. If you hadn't already realized, Creepswork and I having a bit of a fake beef going on here. Just fake drama to just increase each other's viewer base, because fucking why not, I guess. Apparently Creepsworks was in his Discord server, and someone just decided to tell him to riff on me, and he recorded it, and then he uploaded it to his channel, and then he tweeted it at me, and then he sent the Discord link to me, and yeah, I'd be like, oh, I gotta make a fucking response video for this, and I had to give it a think. I left it for a couple of hours to think on it, because, I don't know, I wanted to put some effort into it, but not too much effort into it, because I mean, like, I don't want to go too overboard with it. But he messaged me, and I said, like, oh, I'm going to make a response video to it. And he went, oh, I can't wait to hear your disses. And I'm like, I put a challenge to myself that I'm going to diss him so hard that I won't even need words. And... What happened was, when he uploaded that fucking video to his channel dissing me, he actually just started to lose subs that day. And I thought that was the fucking funniest shit in the world. Because, I mean, like... with a bunch of 13-year-olds, of course they're not going to realize what's fake beef and what's not. I mean, that's the reason why fucking Logan and Jake Paul are the hottest shit on this fucking platform. So they thought it was real. And they started unsubscribing. And so I found that. And then, yeah, I made that bit of a meme. Had to do a bit of a search to find that music. And yeah, I made that thing dissing how he lost subs immediately. How he made the video dissing me, and I thought that was pretty funny. And then I still had people on my channel thinking that it was real. It's not. Creepswork's an alright guy. We get along. I mean, we have our differences, because I mean, like, we're on other sides of the world and whatever the fuck not. Of course, we're gonna have differing opinions about things. But I mean, yeah, we get along. We'll probably do some other stuff in the future. I don't. Oh yeah, I gotta get people on the podcast. I keep forgetting to do that. It's just so convenient for me to be able to just turn it on and just do it on myself. Do it on myself. That could be weird taken out of context. It's so much easier just to be able to just turn on the mic and then just ramble to myself. Fucking that mower outside, man. I really hope that you can't hear that. Oh well. It's just that fucking extra step, especially just being cucked by Australia and their internet, because that's... I swear that's just... I talk about my internet every fucking episode, and you don't understand. Like, the amount of people that I've seen in, like, America that they just complain about, oh, I've got a couple of megabytes, I've got 10 megabytes download speed. Oh, it's so slow. It's just like, cunt, I have a fifth of a meg download speed. You know how long it takes me to download a gigabyte? Over a fucking hour. Eat a bag of shit, you cunt. You don't know the meaning. We're like ranked like 50th in the world of like the fastest internet. It's fucked. Like, Uganda's probably faster internet than us, and I'm not even fucking with you. Oh man. But yeah. That was I don't know. I kind of want to expand a little bit out of green text and do a couple of other memes every now and then. But of course my roots is going to be green text, because I mean, like, kind of box myself in a little bit, calling myself Mr. Green Text. But then again, yeah, I'll probably have some more couple of, like, memes every now and then of just other random stuff, like the response video and other little bits and pieces. But yeah, that was that. Also, I went away for the long weekend in Australia here. Me and the boys went down to the Gold Coast here, which is kind of like another touristy sort of place down in Australia, down the coast. My tradie friend just decided to hit me up throughout the week and just asked if I wanted to go down to the Gold Coast, and I'm like, nah, can't, I'm fucking poor. But the thing about tradies is they have all the money, but know the I fucked that up. I had the phrase in my head, and I still fucked it. He has all the money, but know the time. That sounds retarded. He has all the money and no time. There you go. He has all the money and no time. Because, I mean, tradies, like, he works fucking 6 a.m. to, like, 5. And by the time he gets home, has a shower, he's fucking already in bed, waiting for the next day. And so, naturally, he had the chance to go away for the weekend. And he just fucking paid for us all to stay at this really nice hotel down the Gold Coast. So we went down there. It was a really nice hotel too. We're on like the 7th story. We were literally like probably about 200 meters away from the actual beach. I don't know what that is in other terms or whatever the fuck America uses nowadays. We didn't do that much, to be honest. We did a lot of walking around Surfers Paradise, which is sort of like the hub of the Gold Coast, and again, like the real high touristy area. We did go to a couple of the sort of attraction-ish sort of places down there. One of them being the Wax Museum, which houses, I think, they said, the world's oldest wax sculpture of a person. Of Madame Tussauds, who actually makes wax sculptures and whatever the fuck. But the Wax Museum is basically just wax sculptures of just famous people. And it was okay. I mean, I don't know what it was about the fucking... I'll probably throw in a couple pictures. I don't know what it was about the museum and just not being able to pose arms properly and not being able to pad them out, because they all look like they fucking snapped their arms in 3 different ways and tried to put them back in place, and they're all in weird angles. But yeah, I mean, it's got all the people you'd sort of expect, royal families and fucking famous singers, and there was even a wax sculpture of me, good old Crocodile Dundee. And that was pretty cool. I did a bit of a meme on Twitter that went unrecognized, I guess. They also had, in the Wax Museum, they had what they called a House of Horrors, which sounds cool, but it's actually just a bunch of wax sculptures of just fucked things in history, which majority of was just like weird torture methods that they used in the medieval times, like the 9-tail lashes, which is the whip that has 9 lashes on it, and you can whip people's back, whatever the fuck they do. Another one that was really fucked was called the Thief Catcher, which basically, I'll try and explain it. It's this sort of V-shaped sort of metal contraption on a pole, and on the base of the V, there's a spike. So basically, if you're in the medieval times and you had the job of being a thief catcher, if you would catch someone stealing something, you would push the V up against someone's neck, on the back of their neck, and tell them to drop it and surrender themselves, whatever the fuck they do. And if they refused, you would push the V in, and because it is that sort of shape, the spike would go in the back of the neck, and you'd die. Because it's the medieval times, and, you know, shit's fucking brutal back then. Still haven't figured out what to do about talking for an hour straight and not having a dry throat. I don't know what it is about that. I mean, I wake up every morning, and my throat's... I don't know whether I just snore, but my throat's always so fucking dry. I don't know what to do. I don't have any apples, by the way. To that one guy. So yeah, that was the Wax Museum. Then we went and played... Oh, we played a fucking pretty hot game of mini golf. That was pretty cool. They had a Jurassic Park themed putt-putt course, and it was so fucking cool. I won, by the way, just because I'm that good. I don't know what to say about it. It was pretty cool. I don't think I took any pictures of it particularly. But yeah, I don't know. It was a fun weekend, all in all. Just with the boys, just being away from everything, I guess, was quite nice. We all tried to hook in on Tinder, and then realized that, oh, okay, we're a bunch of betas that don't know how to talk to women, and then nothing to happen. And then even if we do match, it's fucking down the Gold Coast, which we're all from Brisbane, so we're not fucking going all that way, and it's a waste of time anyway. But yeah, that was the holiday. Actually, no. What else did we do? Because we were there for the weekend. We went there Friday arvo and then left Sunday arvo. What did we do? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, you went to Hooters. That was a thing. You never been to Hooters before. I don't know why. I thought Hooters was a lot more sexual than I thought it was. The Hooters actually just happened to be at the bottom of the hotel as well. But apparently it's like a family restaurant that you take your your family to, which don't know what fucking person's taking their family to Hooters, unless it's just like a dad who hasn't been laid in fucking 20 years and just wants to see some sort of titty without being looked at too hard by his wife. But yeah, the food was actually pretty fucking good too. I got this really big fuck off burger with some curly fries and cheesy and bacon like the fat piece of shit I am. That was pretty nice. And the girl that served us she was pretty hot. She had a really fucking thick accent, and we were trying to pick it until eventually she told us she was Brazilian, and we're like, oh, there you go. But yeah, that was the fucking Hooters situation. What else have I got to talk about? Oh yes, so it happened I think a couple of weeks ago at this point, or about a week or so ago. Uber recently had their first self-driving car accident, where it actually resulted in a person dying. So, I think it's pretty fucked. I mean, it is. I mean, someone died, yeah, but Uber are just getting fucking crucified. They've lost all rights to be able to. Actually, I don't know if they lost the rights or they just pulled it out before they were gonna get in shit about killing someone. But I'll just throw in the video now, and just show you an example of it. So yeah, when you look at it, in my opinion, they just kind of come out of fucking nowhere. Like, even if you were an actual driver in that situation, there's no way you're gonna see that person. Like, it's obviously a 3-lane, obviously main road. There's no traffic lights. There's no street lights. That's the word I was looking for. So street lights to light them. They're wearing all black, and they walk out in the middle of the road with no crossing. I mean, who's really at fault here, to be honest? I mean, yeah, again, there's no way even a normal person's gonna fucking see that shit, dude. I don't know why everyone's fucking up in arms. Although, recently, I'm talking up my ass again, because I don't have the article up, and I can't be fucked loading it. Apparently, some people that are local to that area, that actually do have driven at that specific time, say that you can see in front of them and could probably see the person, but which kind of makes sense because those sorts of dash cams, I mean, they're not the greatest quality in the world, and they're obviously not going to have a high ISO rating and not being able to see that well in the dark like that. But it's just another fucking unnecessary step. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to accept self-driving yet. I kind of like driving, but I've also only got my automatic license. I don't have my manuals, and apparently manuals are a lot funner to drive, but I just can't be fucked at the same time. But I just want a Tesla, to be honest, with that self-driving feature. But it's gonna be. I've heard a lot of people saying like, "Oh, give it 5 to 10 years, all cars will be self-driving." There's no way. It's gonna be a generational thing that we're just gonna have to get uningrained from our culture. Because being able to drive is just, it's. I don't know how to explain it. Getting people to not drive cars is like getting Americans not being able to own guns. That makes sense, right? It's just not going to happen. It's just ingrained in culture so hard that it's almost impossible to get rid of. There's always going to be people that are going to want to be able to build their own cars and modify them and whatever the fuck, and I don't know. I think it'd be a while before it's totally autonomous. Like, honestly, total autonomous, where no one's driving, I'd say about 100 years. I think that's pretty fair. But yeah, I mean, I even know people that are always constantly fucking modifying and upgrading their cars and whatever the fuck, and there's no way anybody's gonna be able to. No one's gonna let each other or people just fuck with their own self-driving cars and whatever the hell, because you just know that someone's just gonna modify it so they can drive it themselves. And I don't know. I don't know if driving would be illegal. I don't know. That'd be really weird. I don't know. Again, it's that sort of thing where it's just ingrained in culture so hard that you can't even imagine what it'd be like without it. Yeah, fucking. But yeah, I just think it's just an unnecessary. I don't know. I don't know if it is well, I don't know. It's a really fucking weird subject to sort of discuss and debate about. Because, yeah, someone fucking died, but I mean, also at the same time, don't fucking walk in front of a car, you retard. But I mean, yeah, I mean, again, they kind of came out of nowhere. Fucking look both ways before you cross. Were you not taught that as a kid, you fucking dropkick? I'm just saying, fucking Darwinism sometimes still prevails. It's a fucking hot meme from a while ago that's sort of relatable. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, yeah, that's that. So another topic that I wanted to talk about, someone asked me a while ago, already forgotten your name, but I already had it written down to talk about anyway. Demonetization and how that affects me. I do get the occasional comment every now and again saying, how the fuck does this have ads on it? Your answer is as good as fucking mine. But I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I know what I'm doing with YouTube, with being able to get monetized, and sometimes I'm in the dark as every fucking one else is. I think I've mentioned before, the way I make videos is I make them in lots and batches, and then schedule them for upload. That's how they go out on the exact same time every weekday. And a lot of the time, I'll make a video and make a title, and sometimes that title or that video get demonetized, and then I'll have to change the title, which is really hard for these fucking 4chan stories. A good example a while ago was a story where a guy is fucking a MILF, and she has a heart attack mid-sex, and he doesn't realize, and she dies afterwards, and they can't revive her. And it's like, what the fuck do I title that shit to be able to get monetized on YouTube? What do I fuck? Because I wanted to title it so hard. MILF fucked to death. But there's no way that's gonna get monetized on YouTube. And like, I don't know, I might even cause an apocalypse with some sort of shit with that. But it used to be, before this apocalypse, I could title anything and it'd be fine. Like ages ago, ages ago, like mid last year, I had a video called Helicopter Dick. I had a video called Couch Fucker. They were fine. They were getting monetized. There's no bloody problem with that. But I mean, it's to the point where, another example, I had a video called The Woods. Originally, I just titled it The Forest, but it got demonetized for some reason. And with my own experience, I find that if I just try and retitle stuff, that seems to get remonetized within a couple of minutes. But then sometimes it doesn't. So sometimes I feel like, oh, I've got the edge. I got it remonetized and I'm good. And then sometimes it just doesn't. And I'm like, cool. Fuck, I don't know what it is about this. Because it can be, in my experience, it's literally just keywords. So another example is, like I said before, The Woods. It was originally titled The Forest. And I'm like, what the fuck? What's so bad about this? Why the forest? Then I rechanged it from The Woods, from The Forest to The Woods. And I'm like, oh, it's remonetized, that's weird. And so then I changed it back to Forest and it got demonetized again. And then I realized this video was scheduled to go live about a week or so after the Logan Paul suicide forest thing. And I realized that YouTube fucking made forest a demonetized keyword. But it's shit like that, where it's just a really dumb and obscure fucking keyword can get you demonetized. Like if I just open my current videos that I've got up at the moment, there's a couple of the demonetized. Give it a refresh, because one might have gotten demonetized in the time. I don't know. So I have, the April Fool's video, of course, for example. It's just called Old Folks Home. It was monetized at one point when I renamed it to Retirement Home. And then it got demonetized again, and then I'm like, what? I don't know. And then I have a video that's scheduled to go live called My Birthday, but it's demonetized, and I'm like, what? Why my birthday? Why is that a fucking thing that gets demonetized? But it was also demonetized by the time before I actually had the title on it. So, for example, all of my videos have an upload default of the green text stories tag, and when I upload stuff, I actually hadn't put the title in yet, and it already got demonetized. and there was nothing vulgar in the tags, there's nothing in the descriptions, are all the same. I don't know why some videos get demonetized and others don't. I don't know whether they scan the video, but I mean, fucking, for fuck's sake, my birthday thing is nowhere near as bad as another video I've called Dolphin Lover, where a guy fucks a dolphin. Like, why is that one monetized and not the one with just, like, a kid and a birthday? Why? Don't fucking pick and choose like this. Well, I mean, maybe actually pick and choose, because probably then all my channel will get fucking demonetized, to be honest. But I don't understand, and I don't know why it happens. And I'm gonna have another talk to my network the next couple of days, over optimizing, and I'm gonna have a bit of a talk to him about why some stuff gets demonetized and others don't. Because I thought it was pretty funny too. Like I talked in my first podcast, one of the suggested tags he told me to put in the video was anus, and I just told him I can't because it'll just get me demonetized. And it's just, it sucks because I can't title the stuff I want to, because YouTube's so PC nowadays that I have to be really, like, careful with the stuff where I title it. But at the same time, some stuff gets through that's questionable. Like, I had one called My New Bomber, which, how is bomber a fucking not a keyword that gets demonetized, but fucking old folks or birthday or fucking forests a word that gets me demonetized? How is bomber? Wasn't this the whole fucking point of this whole fucking apocalypse? Was because it was in front of some terrorism and whatever the fuck? Bomber? Are you fucking serious? Fucking YouTube. I swear to God. I don't get it. Oh, speaking of which, I also had my first video that got age-restricted, which, I don't know how it took this long, but fair enough. It was the new game with Cousin video, where he plays a game where he shoves his fucking tongue down his 13-year-old cousin's throat, which, I don't know how stuff gets age-restricted. I don't know whether it's a user-submitted thing. I don't know whether someone's just like, oh, this is fucked, I report it to YouTube. I don't know if that's how it works, or if it's just the algorithm again, because, I mean, if it's getting through voice, all of my content's fucked, because it's all just... That's the thing about my channel. I'm always in a state of, like, worry, because if someone with actual, like, sort of power at YouTube probably saw my channel, and the fact that it was monetized, I have a feeling they probably wouldn't be happy with it, just because it's all just real fucked and edgy humor and shit. And once that money goes, that means probably this channel's probably going to go, to be honest, because then I don't really have much of a, what's it called? Much of a choice or even point to do it anymore if I don't really make money off it, to be honest. Because, I mean, I don't know. Most of the content I don't particularly enjoy making, to be honest. But hey, it gets views, people seem to enjoy it, so you cunts fucking enjoy it, I keep making it, I guess. And as long as you keep watching it, I'll keep making it. So I think that's about everything that I wanted to talk about. Yep. So, it's time for the just most fucking autistic part of this podcast. And that is, of course, topics and other questions by you cunts. So this week, the hot meme that you guys decided to fucking just meme me with is just asking my opinions on gay porn. Which, I mean... I mean... It's pretty gay. That's my opinion. So... Let's see. What's a comment that's actually worth... So, Zip asks, do you have any good stories involving the bugs/animals that live in Australia? I've got a couple of stories about bugs/animals that live in Australia. I assume he's probably asking more so about the fucked ones. Like the fact that we have some of the most venomous, or like 5, or probably 8, I don't know what it is, out of like the 10 world's most deadliest snakes in Australia, and spiders and shit as well. But I kind of live in a sort of like rural farm-ish sort of area / sort of country-ish. I'm on about an acre. I'm on about an acre of land. Sorry. And I mean, I've had koalas in my backyard before, just up trees. I've had kangaroos just hopping through. I've almost hit a kangaroo in my car a good number of times, which don't fucking do that, because those cunts will fuck your car. There was a story here ages ago that a family hit a kangaroo, went through the fucking windshield, went straight around the back, hit the kid in the back seat, killed her. Those things are like fucking cows. You don't want to hit those bastards. But I remember ages ago, like in primary school, one of my teachers got bitten by a redback spider, and just got hospitalized for like a week, which is kind of scary, because like this tiny fucking spider can just hospitalize just a huge human being like that. But I mean, I've had a fuck ton of snakes in my backyard and stuff too. Almost stood on one not too long ago, walking out my back porch, and there's just one crawling across the fucking back door. The most fucked parts are when you find a massive snake skin, and then you can't find the snake. Because it's just like, cool, there's a fucking 2-meter snake somewhere here that I don't know where. That fucking almost deep throated the mic there. A lot of the times you know if there's a snake or something like that, because typically there's birds go fucking absolutely apeshit, and they try and peck at the thing. So they're typically a good indicator on if there's a snake or not, or where there's a snake. But I don't think there hasn't been any particular instances where I've gotten bitten or something like that from a wild animal. I remember as a kid, I got chased by a bearded dragon. Or frilled lizard. Actually, no, I don't think it's a bearded dragon. I think it's a frilled lizard. Basically, if you remember those Jurassic Park and the scene where, I can't remember his name, the dude gets spit on by that dinosaur where its neck just opens up. Basically, it's that lizard. And when I was a kid, I poked it, and then it got up on its hind legs and then spread out its neck and then fucking legged it at me and fucking scared the shit out of me as a kid, as it bloody would. And that was not fun. But I don't know. I've been pretty careful, because I mean, like, of course there's a heap of education around being aware of all the deadly animals and all the other shit that can fucking kill us here. But yeah. Nice question. Let's see. Otto Gaggins asks, what do you think of tards, feminists, BLM, and Antifa? All the most triggering fucking stuff possible. I mean, probably just about what normal people think, I guess, to be honest. I mean, tards are tards. They're pretty funny, to be honest. There was a fucking tard at the Wax Museum tour. When we were going through the House of Horrors, every time they'd see like a torture scene or whatever the hell, they'd ask, "Is that a real person?" And you could see the tour lady was just trying to be so calm and trying to be nice back to her. She's like, "No, it's not a real person. It's all wax. It's a wax museum. It's." That's the thing that triggered me more. You're in a place called the Wax Museum. What do you think this is? Do you think this is a fucking real person? Are you this fucking thick cunt? A feminist. I mean, some of it's alright. Most of it's pretty fucking cringe, to be honest. Like the real hard left feminism. I mean, that's always a hot meme. But I mean, I don't know. I don't think I particularly like feminists. I don't know. I think more so a better term is just equalists, because feminism, in my opinion, isn't about, or particularly more the mainstream sort of feminism that you always see, doesn't seem to be about getting rights for women. It seems to be getting them more, which sounds fucked when I say it, but when you consider things like when you consider things like they have priority in court and all the other shit like that, and all the fucking gender pay gap and that fucking myth that's a thing, when people don't consider that, particularly women don't go after the higher paying jobs, and that's fucking why you're seeing those statistics, you dropkick. I'm obviously not more so a person qualified to talk about that sort of stuff. Go check out people like fucking Jordan Peterson, probably, to be honest. He's not a Nazi. I'm not leftist, I'm probably more centrist than anything, to be honest. Black Lives Matter, fucking I don't have an opinion on it, because it's just not a thing here, to be honest. And Antifa, don't know much about Antifa to be able to really give an opinion. All I think I really know is it's just like a hard right sort of thing, which, I mean, whatever. Another Traps game meme. Fucking, why is that a thing? Dead air will I try and find? Porn for the gay, what the fuck? Jesus, there's not much here. It's all just fucking memery. Here we are. That's a good one that I actually wanted to talk about. Oh my god, how the fuck do I pronounce this? Baphomet Slacker? Is that it? Baphomet Slacker asks, thoughts on the Sydney lockout laws from way back. So for a bunch of you Americans that have no idea what this comment means, basically, in Sydney, they recently put out a lockout laws, which means, I think, from 12 a.m? Or is it like 1 a.m? I don't know. Again, misinformed, can't be fucked. Something like that. Basically, from a certain time, all bars close and don't let anyone new in. So, I think it is 12. Or it might be 1 a.m. I think it's 1 a.m. For argument's sake and just me talking about it, I'm going to say it's 1 a.m. is the lockout time. So, if I'm walking down Sydney Street at 1 or 12:30, I've got half an hour before all bars refuse entry for everybody else, or they legally can't let anybody else in. So, and I've heard from people that actually live in Sydney, it's always pretty funny, because, like, half an hour to 20 minutes, it's just a mad rush of people running from bar to bar, quickly sculling as much as they can. But it's so fucked, because all the nightlife is basically dead then, because, I mean, it's forced to be. And all the lockout laws are in response to street violence late at night, which, when you think about it, the lockout laws have just put people on the street that are more likely to kill people. What I'm saying is, so for example, if you have a dude in a bar who wants to fucking fight, typically bars at any sort of state or day of the week, they have security there, and they can fucking deal with that shit. But if you force people out of a bar or refuse entry, they're then wandering the street with every other cunt that can't get into a fucking bar. And they're getting fucking antsy because they can't have a fucking drink, so then they're gonna have a fucking fight on the street. And you've just made the situation 20 times fucking worse. But the crowning fucking jewel on this is that these lockout laws don't apply to the casinos. So you can waltz into a casino all fucking night. And so basically, it's either no nightlife, or you go to a casino and waste your money on that fucking hot scam. So, honestly, it's just, I feel like the government's paid off, or the casinos paid off the government and just fucked everything. So basically, all revenue just goes straight to them if they want any sort of nightlife. Let's see. There's really not much fucking else that isn't just memery here, to be honest. Oh, fucking... What is that even... AA asks, favorite sport to play? Fucking whoops, Facebook almost made it the whole way through without that fucking going off. Probably soccer, to be honest. As much of a fucking hot meme that I don't know why I say hot meme a lot. As much of a thing that is, a bit of a pussy sport, apparently. I don't know. I played it all the way through school and that sort of stuff, and I always seem to enjoy it. Also enjoy kicking balls into people's fucking heads and then not be getting in trouble for it. Although I do have a good story about hurting someone playing cricket as well. I don't know if I talked about this. I have no idea. It's going to get a lot worse when I get later into these fucking green texts. Into these podcasts, sorry. When I was in primary school, we would play sport every lunch break. Just because that's just how it was. All the boys were friends and we'd just go out and play a sport. For about a year or so, we'd play cricket. And we couldn't be fucked going to go get the ball every time they bowled it, so we'd play in the cricket nets, which are basically just long corridors with one open end, where if you threw the ball, it'd just get caught in the net and you just go get it. So I was batting, and there was a little fella that was, I think he had dwarfism or something, to be honest. His name was Hunter, and Hunter was a fucking little piece of shit cunt. He'd always try and bully people and whatever the fuck. I think he had like little person syndrome, like poodles do, when they think they can take on big dogs when they're, you fucking kick them over the fucking fence. Imagine that, but in a human. And, yeah, everyone fucking hated him. And so he was standing, like, probably a bit too close, let's say, to me batting. And, I saw my fucking chance. He basically just wanted to catch me out, so whoever caught someone else got to bat or whatever the hell. So, the ball was coming towards me, he's standing off to my left, and I step forward probably a couple extra steps than I should have. I swing, I miss, and then I hit him directly in the fucking head with a cricket bat. Which, it wasn't a wooden baseball bat, it was a plastic baseball bat. Cricket bat, sorry. And, yeah, he dropped like a sack of shit. And that felt so fucking good. And, yeah, I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And everyone obviously thought it was an accident because he was standing too close. I just got a bit closer myself. And, yeah, he came back a couple of days later with a egg on his head. And he had basically a purple eyebrow for the next month. And I don't regret anything. Maxilla's God asks, state of 4chan boards like R9K and B-board. To be honest, I don't really browse 4chan much anymore, to be honest, because it's all just cancer. So I don't know. I did actually go on B last night. There was like a weird team thing, and I don't know, and I don't really care to be able to try and even learn what's going on there. I went on there, and the first thing was a dick rate thread, and I'm like, well, never changed. And then a fucking furry thread, and then a gore thread, and I'm like, I don't know, I haven't really browsed R9K properly before, be able to get an opinion on that. But, yeah, I think that, wow, this episode was actually a lot longer than I thought it would have been, to be honest. So I think that concludes this week's episode of the Greencast. If you did enjoy this sort of thing, I gotta think of a secret phrase for this week. Shit. Oh, what do I make it? Fuck. This happens every fucking week where I remember it and then have nothing to fucking put. So a quick little story as well. I had some of my, a couple of my friends are aware of the fucking YouTube thing that I do. And they looked at the comments of the last Greencast, and they just saw a slew of comments of just, thanks daddy for the Express podcast, and they were so fucking confused, and I was so fucking happy, because it was fucking perfect. So that's exactly the reaction that I wanted from it. So I've got to try and think of another weird sort of comment. That'd be weird out of context. Fucking hell, I don't know. Let's... Okay, so if you actually made it the entire way through this podcast, include somewhere in your comment, or just comment this: I am an abo, and I love to sniff petrol. Again, if you made it all this way through this podcast, include somewhere in your comment: I'm an abo and I sniff petrol. Oh shit. If you do have a comment, or if you have a question or topic or anything you want to ask me, or for next week's podcast, I'll put up another community tab thing. I'll go to my community tab on my channel, and I'll put up another chain of stuff that you cunts can probably just meme me again, to be honest. And or if you have any other longer forms of questions or any other advice or whatever the fuck you want from me, you can email them to me at mrgreentext@gmail.com, and that's Mr. Greentext with an S on the end of that. mrgreentext@gmail.com if you want to email any other longer form stuff like that. But yeah, comment, like, subscribe, all that other fucking bullshit really does actually help with the algorithm, because that community engagement is actually really helps the channel's growth. Which, thank you guys, because I have a lot more engagement on my videos than I ever thought I really would. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Holy shit, it's almost an hour.